Well, Tom was shot and killed.
He's smiling! He's smiling! He's like...
What's your password?
I forgot.
And it's alright, I can tell you what it is. It's 6813.
Bitch!
We did a search warrant on your phone. Debbie's search records. How long?
I respect the case. I'm paying attention, and she should go to jail. Thank you. In classic true crime fashion, so many people think that they can just blame somebody's passing on a burglar, a secret intruder. But it is very rare that we actually get to see that person play victim in a hospital bed. And not only they play victim in a hospital bed, but the interrogator comes in knowing that this was all a setup. This is all fake. And supposedly they put on a masterful interrogation to elicit this confession out of her while she sat in the hospital bed after shooting herself in the leg and claiming to be a victim.
Now 37-year-old Deborah Lynn Frazier of Zanesville, Ohio, is spending the rest of her life in prison after admitting to charges of murder with a firearm specification, tampering with evidence, and gross abuse of a corpse. And according to Muskingum County prosecutors, she tried to cover up her crimes by faking an armed home invasion, even shooting herself in the leg.
I'm sure we've all heard of a lot of true crime cases where the person hurts themselves in order to get away with the crime. It's happened a lot, but it doesn't happen that often. Like, think about it. You can probably think of a handful of cases where you've heard this before. And what's so fascinating about this is the people that do this tend to be people that have a history of being a victim in some capacity, and they believe that if they make themselves into a victim, they're going to be free and clear. She probably felt safe sitting in that hospital bed. But what another interesting thing is that sometimes people will plan to injure themselves to get away with the murder, but it'll be a superficial injury. You'll sometimes see people that just slash their arm, or they do something that won't hurt that badly. So it's very fascinating to me that she straight up shot herself in the leg. Like, that's a pretty aggressive move.
So, Zanesville police, they were suspicious from the very start when Frazier called 911 on August 10th, 2023 to report that she'd come home to check on her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Tom Waddell.
He looks so
instead,
sweet.
She said she found two unknown men inside the apartment.
What's going on? I think someone was in the apartment. It was unlocked, and there's stuff everywhere, and I can't find my boyfriend, and his truck's here. And okay, ma'am, are you inside the apartment?
Okay, I'm sorry. This called it True Crime 101. Have you watched a lot of cases before? Yeah, all right. They immediately said all sights on her.
Are you inside the apartment? I need you to back out of the apartment if you are. Oh, no. I see someone. Are you out?
Hello? Oh.
Did you...
I don't want to hear the whole call.
Oh, my God, I'm shot. Okay.
Oh, my
Ma'am?
God, dude.
What? He's what?
Wow. This 911 call is fucking crazy. Now, first of all, full disclaimer, if you're new here, you like true crime, you're interested in interrogations, things like that, I just want you to know, I generally don't listen to 911 calls on stream or in videos or anything. My philosophy behind it is we used to sometimes add them in as pieces of the case, but I personally do not like to hear people in their final moments when they are calling for help. So just so you know, you generally won't see 911 calls here. However, Deborah calling 911 here to put on a performance that police will hear and that she's hoping they will believe she's a victim in. It's movie logic. And officers can smell movie logic from a fucking mile away. A lot of times, the burglars did it. They came in. That's also movie logic.
I've been shot.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Deborah.
Shots fired. One person shot.
So EMTs, they rush to the scene and they find Frazier with that gunshot wound. They take her to the hospital.
Immediately,
and according
from that
to a
call.
news release from prosecutors, quote, all officers on shift with the Zanesville Police Department responded, and that is when they found Tom's body. By the way, we definitely wanted to bring
Wait till you see her search history.
Points to address
Is
here.
it in this
And I want to
video?
thank our
Is her search history in this video?
Officers cleared the house to ensure there were no additional assailants inside, where Patrolman Logan Miller discovered the body of Thomas Waddell in the bedroom, wrapped in trash bags, duct tape, and a comforter.
So somebody,
At the
wait.
scene, parts of the
This is very telling. This is extremely fucking telling. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go straight true crime person on you. I'm gonna read this little detail here. Officers cleared the house to ensure there were no additional assailants aside. when the officer discovered the body of Thomas Waddell in the bathroom, wrapped in trash bags, duct tape, and a comforter. That shows intent to hide the body. That shows intent to get away with this. Burglars do not wrap you up in trash bags and put you in a comforter and plan to get rid of it. This usually happens when somebody plans to dismember or throw the body away, and then they decide that it's too hard. They don't know how they're going to do it. And so they give up and they create another scenario that is even less believable than the original story that they came up with.
Waddell's apartment was well kept and orderly. There were no indicators of drug use or drug sales, which accompany home invasions in almost all circumstances. The ransacking described by Frazier was closer to superficial mess making. Officers found photographs of Frazier and Waddell on the floor, torn up. Nothing of value appeared to be missing, including numerous firearms, all items likely to be stolen in a home invasion. See the problem immediately? And when officers reviewed security video from
you know what else is like so funny about this too? I can't, and thank you, the person in chat that gave me the phrase movie logic, because I mean, it is so spot on, and it's going to be littered through this entire video. One thing that is just so fascinating is that when people plan it was a burglar, it was a home invasion. When cops go in and check that out, if there's no items of value missing, they're going to know it's not a burglary. If the jewelry is still inside the home, the TVs are still up on the wall, the laptops are still sitting around, they're going to know that it was not a burglary.
Authorities would eventually learn that the day before, August 9th, Frazier stood behind Tom as he sat in his recliner, aimed a .22 caliber pistol at the back of his head, and fired. Executing him in his own living room. And it wouldn't be until the next afternoon that she called 911 to report this fictitious home invasion.
That gives a little bit of weight to my theory that she committed this act and had an initial plan for it, and then was like, oh, this is too hard to dispose of the body, and let me come up with something else. And then this was her plan the next day.
Now, as we often see in these criminal cases, this might not be a shock to you. The internet searches, right? Frazier's internet search history came back, and it came back to bite her.
Oh, God.
Court documents indicate that these are just some of her searches, like worst place to get hit in the head. What does .22 ammo look like? How to unlock the hammer on a revolver. How to know what ammo your gun uses. Gun safety, how to load a revolver pistol. And crucially, she also looked up, how long does GSR stay on skin?
Okay,
gunshot.
so we're guilty. Guys, it is just, I'm going to give it about 1 year until we see somebody's ChatGPT history come up in a court case, and it's going to have every single detail about their thoughts, their feelings towards the person, how they plan to commit the crime. It's going to have notions of premeditation, where for weeks they talk about what should I do, all leading up to a crime. Give it a year and we will have full-blown, essentially ChatGPT confessions where people did these things.
So Frazier's hands, they did test positive for GSR, gunshot residue. So detectives say she ended up changing her story. Detectives interviewed Frazier from her hospital bed and let her paint herself into a corner by telling them again what had happened. So then she recounts that she wanted some space from Tom. So she called up John Anderson to pick her up, telling detectives he was a friend.
Here's her actual interrogation in the hospital bed. And dude, after everything we just saw, I know she was sitting in this bed thinking she was totally safe in her victimhood. How could they possibly think it was me? Look at me, I'm so vulnerable. Let's see how it goes though, because apparently the best part of this is the interrogators' tactics themselves.
I wasn't really sure what was going on. My mind was going in just a million different directions.
Okay.
I saw that the light in the spare bedroom was on. I saw the light in the bedroom was on, and I decided to call 911.
Okay.
Because I was worried that someone had tried to rob us, or whatever was going on, and I didn't see Tom right away.
God, just look at her, dude. Oh my God, editor, can you please slow-mo her face here? It's just so she doesn't. I feel like she doesn't believe what she's saying when she says it's like somebody tried to rob us.
911.
Okay.
Because I was worried that someone had tried to rob us. Whatever was going on, and I didn't see Tom right away.
I don't think she even believes what she's saying.
Okay.
And so I was making my way back to...
Feels a little rehearsed.
The bedroom, But I glanced where Tom's phone normally lays. It wasn't there. I glanced in the spare bedroom where he usually puts all his stuff, like his wallet, his everything. And it wasn't there. And I was thinking maybe he stepped out. Maybe he went with family or something.
Okay. Does he have family up here?
In Cincinnati.
Okay.
I hadn't even made it to the bedroom yet. And there was 2 guys, hoodies, masks, who came out.
Oh.
And at that time, the 911 operator was telling me to back into the hall. But I was so scared. I kept backing up. And eventually, the one assailant pulled out a gun and got close enough to me and fired it off. And they both bolted. Where they went to after they bolted out the door, I don't know where they went to, because at that point I was shot and I was in pain.
Where did they come out of?
The back bedroom.
And when the detectives brought up the GSR, Frazier told them that, actually, you know what? She'd reached for the gun as the man threatened her with it.
A real victim hero. A real victim hero. I saw this comment somewhere that I can't stop thinking about it, and I thought it was so funny. It was like, you can always tell who the bad guy is because they're usually the bully, the victim, and the hero all in one story. And I can't stop thinking about that because it's so true.
I grabbed a hold of it and I was trying to point it away from me because I didn't want to get shot and I was scared.
If I was scared of getting shot, the last thing that I would do is grab the gun from a masked assailant. Do you know how fucking big my balls would have to be that day for me to reach for a gun in a life or death scenario, especially if I didn't know where my partner was or what had happened to them? I would have to have the biggest fucking balls in America to reach my hand out and grab that gun and say, oh no, I'm turning this story around. Like I said, movie logic. Her story of, I need you to imagine that somebody's like holding a gun like this and she's saying that she went on the underside and pulled the gun, just crazy as is. But he's doing a really great job of having her lay out A to Z. How did she grab the gun? Because as an officer that wields a gun, he's going to know how to poke holes in this story. So getting her to be precise is the best way to make her eat her words later.
So whenever we catch these people, what do you think should happen to them?
I think they should pay for the crime. I didn't do anything to anyone to deserve to be shot.
Nobody accused you.
And I don't know why anyone would tear up another person's place like that.
If somebody murdered my partner randomly, cold blood, and I'm being asked in a hospital bed after I got shot, if I get asked, what do you think should happen to the people that did this? I'm telling you right now, I'm saying the most crazy, violent shit that I can possibly think of, okay? And like that's just a real answer. You ask me what should happen to them, I like on a light end, I might say they should get processed to the fullest extent of the law. But like real shit, dude, if I got shot and my partner is now dead, I'm saying some sick shit, okay? I'm saying some sick shit. And she's over here like, I think they should go to... Because she's trying to process what she thinks should happen to her because she did it versus what like a normal answer might be. And it's hard for her to say something like that about herself. I
don't know why anyone would tear up another person's place like that.
You mean...
what?
That's what you're focusing on?
What punishment do you think that they should receive?
Oh.
I mean, that's what we try to gauge, so when we let the prosecutor's office know on how you feel on what
he
knows.
He knows it's going to...
What they need to aim for. I mean, you think they should spend life in prison? You think they should be sentenced to death? I mean, anything like that?
Well, I don't know how Tom feels about it, but I feel that they should at least go to jail for a long time.
Because she knows that she did it! So she doesn't want to say the death penalty. She doesn't want to say anything too extreme. Oh, this is crazy.
When was the last time you ever fired a gun?
Last time I ever fired a gun? When I was wrestling, trying to get the gun pointed away from me, I had a hold of it when it went off.
Frazier supposedly doesn't know at this point that Tom is dead. So I want you to take a look at her reaction when they break the news.
Well, what do you think happened to Tom?
I honestly don't know. I even tried calling today.
Does Tom have a cell phone?
Yes.
What kind of phone does he have?
It's like an Android.
Well, Tom was shot and killed.
He's smiling! He's smiling! He's
So the detective leading...
Also, if anybody's wondering, BOZE, why do you act that way? Because emotions are surging through my body and I have some kind of fucking sensory problems or something like that, and this is just how I react, okay? I respect the case, I'm paying attention, and she should go to jail. Thank you. Just saying.
Who do you think killed him?
Don't know.
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to ask you to be 100% honest with me.
Oh my God.
Did you have something to do with his death?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me explain this to you, Deborah, and I'm going to be as straight as possible. I've probably been a cop now for about 20 years. This isn't the first murder investigation that I've ever handled. It's not going to be the last. When we start our investigation, we look at every angle. We look into every possible situation, possible scenario, and everything that you tell us, we go and follow up with. Okay?
Yeah.
Would you have an issue if we looked inside of your phone? Okay. Do you have password?
And then she's gonna come up with an excuse when they really try to take the phone.
What's your password?
I forgot. I don't remember. I'm just really
And it's alright, I
stressed
can
right
tell
now.
you what it is. It's 6813.
Bang!
We did a search warrant on your phone. So that means we knew what you searched for and what you did and where you've been. So on the night of Wednesday, something happened. I don't know exactly what happened in that apartment between you and Tom, but I know that you're the one that's responsible for his death.
I'm not.
Why are you searching? How long does gunshot residue stay on my hands? Yesterday morning at 8 in the morning. Listen, you did.
I didn't.
Debbie's search records. How long does GSR stay on skin? Lake County, Florida court records, Muskingum County court records. I'm telling you, we already know the questions to the answers to the questions we're asking you. Here's your chance to get your side of the story out. If there was something going on that caused this, you need to tell us right now. But you have more knowledge than what you're saying. There was no home invasion robbery, okay? There was absolutely none. So you've already locked yourself into the biggest lie. Here's your chance to unwind it and tell the truth.
This is the most shocking, straightforward, no BS. You did it. Fess up. Let's carry on. We're in 4K. I've ever seen. This is it.
The no stuff is out the window. Like we already know. We're past that point. This is called damage control. Okay? We know that you were involved. You shot him with the .22.
I didn't.
Yes, you did, right in the top of the head.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Just
Okay.
like you Googled.
Is any of your DNA going to be on that duct tape that wrapped him up? On the plastic
Oh,
bags?
she really thought about it.
I've handled the duct tape, but I didn't wrap.
No, I'm talking about the ones that wrapped him up. Listen. We're beyond I don't know. Right now, another detective is looking into some other stuff right now. So what is an old boy going to say? What's Johnny Anderson going to say? Is his story going to match yours?
It should.
Because
It should.
That's not a very good answer. Come
I
on.
didn't do it.
Who did it then?
I love Tom.
You have knowledge of it.
I love Tom.
If you didn't shoot him, who did? Because you know.
I don't know.
Why are you searching? Is there GSR? How do I get GSR off my hands? How long does it stay on my skin? Why did you search that?
Why did you search it?
Why did you search it? Tell me, give me a good explanation on why you searched 5 hours before this robbery ever happened when you never shot a gun before. Why are you searching? How long does GSR stay on my skin? You tell me that. And an I don't know answer is not good enough. Listen,
Didn't.
you know when you call 911 where you record the calls, you're the only person in that apartment. The
Yeah.
audio gets enhanced. We can tell if people are running out and struggling. We look at cameras in the neighborhood. There's nothing. Your story is so far bogus.
Yo, we are 2 seconds away too from, there's always been audio enhancements for 911 calls, but you know what we're going to see soon? A court document that says, AI is 99.5% sure that there is no other human being present in this recording. And that's it. It's a wrap.
You already know what happened. If you're going to sit here and lie, how do you think that makes you look? That doesn't make you look good at all, honey. Like you're making it sound like you're a bad person. Like if something happened or if somebody else did something and you're trying to cover for them, then now would be the time to say it. Because the only thing you're doing is making yourself look like a monster by not telling the truth.
And where do we go from here? Well, Frazier then changes her story again. Realizing that the police have her search history, she tries to claim that any research she did on guns was related to thoughts of self-harm, not harming anyone else.
Anything I looked up in regards to that was, so I was setting up for my suicide.
I'll just take a minute to shake it out, huh? I feel like that's not a bad idea. Just a minute to shake it out, because I was done the moment that he said, what's your cell phone password? And she said, I don't know. He said, let me help you out. It's 6815. Girl, I was done cooked. Take me out of the oven after that. And it's just been going ever since.
I was setting up for my suicide.
Got it. Did he laugh?
Do you really think that anybody would believe that?
Oh my
Honestly. Like you're just digging your hole deeper, girl.
Now, guys, this is fascinating because I'm fully locked in on this. I personally, okay, listen, there's no trial yet. I try not to say this sometimes, knock on wood. I think she did it. Okay, this is too much. It's just a little too movie script here for me. Sure, this is interesting. It's crazy. It's shocking. But here, he has to get a confession, and there's only a couple minutes left in this video. And if he doesn't get a confession, all they're left with is this video of her completely denying it. And with a good attorney, they could walk their way out of this, what I feel like is pretty obvious evidence, especially with the search history. His goal here is not to press her for our entertainment. His goal is to get a confession. So let's see if he can get something out of her in this last little bit. And if so, 10 out of 10, sir.
Here's the fact of the matter. There's nobody that runs out of that apartment building. All right? We know that. Your DNA's on the gun that was used to kill him. Okay? And the gun that you shot yourself in the leg with to try to cover this up. You said that you grabbed it with both hands. How the fuck are you still holding your phone?
Oh my God, he's so right. I didn't think about that. Miss fucking action hero over here. Ha! Are you kidding me? No, girl. No, and you know what? He clocked that and just let her keep talking too.
You thought about it. What's he done to piss
Never
you
mind.
off?
We don't need a confession. We're solid. This is.
I never thought about killing him.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is, the evidence will show that you did. Whether you ever want to be accountable for your actions, that's up to you. Like, I'm trying to tell you that remorse goes a long way in trying to start the healing process for people's families, for people that might have cared about him, and also for you inside.
I care about him.
No, you don't sit here and tell me you care about him.
I do.
You don't care about him. If you can do what you did to him and then cover it up and then try to wrap him up and then sit here and not be accountable for what you know about what happened, it's like, that's like pretty bad. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I've talked to killers before. I've talked to straight up people that shot several people. They at least had the balls to own it. And you don't.
I didn't kill him.
Trying a couple tactics here.
If that's the case, then why'd you try to clean it up?
I didn't try to clean anything up.
Yes.
There's hair in the trash bag that you covered his feet up, that you put his feet in.
Yeah.
Hair.
Okay, your hair is inside of this. They went to the autopsy today.
Never mind, we don't need a
It's gonna
confession.
come back your hair.
I mean, we
don't need a
can
confession.
wait until the DNA comes out, or you can just try to clear it up right now. It is what it is.
You're putting yourself so far behind the 8 ball as far as why this happened. Like, you're denying, lying that you wouldn't do anything. So when it comes to the time, you're going to be like, I need a better story because I am really screwed because they do have the evidence. They weren't with me. And you've painted yourself into this corner right now. That's why I'm telling you, you only have one chance to be 100% honest with us. And I can tell you,
Dude, the two of them are just about joking about it at this point to each other. They're like, so your hair was literally in the duct tape that the body was wrapped up in. And she's just watching.
you don't get hair on duct tape at Walmart. I mean, I bought a lot of duct tape in my life, but I've never bought any that comes pre-packed with hair, especially your hair. So,
I didn't do it.
well,
I
the I didn't do it story,
Okay.
that ain't gonna work. Charging you with murder.
Damn, he
Which
don't even. He
is-
don't even want a confession. He's. This man really just walked in with the evidence and said, "Set the camera up." I don't even know if he. Never mind. Maybe we don't need the confession, guys. I mean, I was about to say it would have helped, but I don't know. I think we're good here.
Charging you with murder, which is a unclassified felony where you spend life in prison. Felonious assault, which is F2. Tampering with evidence. Gun specs, which is mandatory time on top of any conviction. So you'll get life plus whatever gun spec time. Domestic violence, and your bond's going to be $2 million. Any other questions for us? All right. Enjoy your stay here.
What just happened? What just happened? I didn't expect that. Yes, that was literally a mic drop moment. Didn't expect that. Okay, the only update I have is that I guess by March 18th, 2024, she did actually plead guilty.